if you have a problem, if there's a problem you can think of in your mind with your team, with enterprise technology, a challenge, who's involved, who's responsible to make decisions, and what decisions are they responsible for? List it out on a piece of paper or list it out in your mind. Separate the tasks as clearly as possible. Separating tasks helps us solve problems much quicker. Although my opinions are influenced by the work that I do every day, I am not speaking on behalf of the company that I work for. This is a soft skill that I use in technology discussions frequently. Sometimes this is a soft skill that just goes on inside my head, but that I don't tell anyone about. And it comes from a philosopher, psychologist named Alfred Adler. And he lived at the same time as Freud. And he said that all problems in the universe are interpersonal problems. Any problem that exists is between people. If you want to look more into his argument, please, by all means, do that. We're going to, for this video, accept that that is just true, or at least that it's helpful. And then the next step is, how do you solve problems between people? And that is, he says, by the separation of tasks. So the separation of tasks is by understanding what is in the responsibility realm of each person. Who owns the task? Who's the owner of the task? Now, some human beings are really good at this, and this happens totally naturally, and you don't have to explain this to them. I'm not one of those human beings, so I have to talk this through in my head. What is my responsibility? What is their responsibility? When we're talking about a marketing legal regulatory review process, divvying up who's responsible for what is always a part of those workflows. I'll give you an example from my work, which may not translate because I work inside a software company. You might work for a company using software, but my example will be if I am giving a demonstration tomorrow for a prospect. I am responsible for the delivery of the demo, what I show, what I say, and I'm held accountable to that by the team. The interesting thing is the product team and the services team are not responsible for what I say, and they are impacted by the result of it. So I'm definitely responsible for what I say and what I show. They end up on the hook for things that I say and show later at times. And so the interesting thing there is the conversations that we have with each other. When I talk to someone in product and say, I'd like to show this because I think it would be beneficial to the customer or the prospect, and they say, I don't feel comfortable with you showing that. Sometimes the product person will say, yes, I understand that it is your task to give this demo, but it is my task to then support that customer if they buy it. Our relationship is enhanced just by the acknowledgement between the two of us of the task. It also helps us get to the bottom line of this conversation very quickly. I would like to show this. I don't want you to show this. Would you show this? And why? Because I am responsible for this and motivated in this way, and because you are responsible for this and motivated in this way. When those things are hazy, the conversation lasts longer and is less productive. When those tasks are very clear and the responsibility is very clear, that conversation happens very quickly and very easily. My takeaway for today is this. If you have a problem, if there's a problem you can think of in your mind with your team, with enterprise technology, a challenge, who's involved, who's responsible to make decisions, and what decisions are they responsible for? List it out on a piece of paper or list it out in your mind. Separate the tasks as clearly as possible. Separating tasks helps us solve problems much quicker. It gets to the heart of the matter. And then, of course, we can use our other soft skills, thinking about how they're motivated and what their modalities are and these types of things to help enhance that conversation. So I hope that's helpful. Have a great day.